it's been invaluable. Yeah, we do a lot of animation, a lot of shorts, pretty much anything you can imagine I'm storyboarding on. So personally, once you get used to it, I find this is faster to draw. So there's an ease of working this way that I really enjoy. Another thing I really dislike, the one thing I dislike about storyboarding is having to write text. So I don't like writing the script notes. So now I come in here and I'm able to literally just take a section here, highlight it, so I can take the whole script, put it in there, highlight it, copy it, go over here and just literally paste it right in. Now I'm not having to handwrite all this because I've got terrible handwriting anyway. No one can read what I write. Now it shows up, it's perfect, it's right there, and it's that fast. You saw me just do an entire sequence in importing the text. I can't tell you how much I love being able to do that. It's also helping us with our presentation and our pitching. So now we can, rather than having a bunch of people in a room and trying to see these tiny little panels all over the place, now we can go into and having this projected, and I can just step through it as I'm going and show you panel by panel as I'm going, and I can act it out this way rather than having a whole bunch of people try to see these little panels in the background. So we're actually using projectors and using the software as we're doing our storyboard pitch to the directors, producers, crew, whoever it is. It's incredible. Well, the last director I worked with, his name is Sarab Mermontazeri, and this is a project that he was producing. This is one about the Big Bopper. It's called The Day the Music Died. And he sat over my shoulder as I was going, because I'm so fast on these. Obviously, storyboards don't need to be really tight illustrations. They can be rough like this. And in less than a week, I did more than 4 minutes, not only of storyboard, but of a complete animatic with sound effects and the entire thing, more than he needed for his presentation. So this allowed him a really interactive way to work, and he absolutely loved working this way. And I've worked with him on other productions, and the last one I did with Photoshop with him, and this one he just felt it was a much faster flow, and the clicking and dragging, so he could see it, literally see how his shots are working from one to the next, that he wasn't able to get before. Before, whenever we're doing animatics, it would be a separate, either a separate person, or once we're done with the storyboards, then we go back and we do the animatics, and it would cost a lot more. In this way, I was able to do animatics literally on the fly as I was going, so it's like an entire line of the budget that they were able to take out. A lot of people have resistance to change anyway, and part of it is they didn't like drawing on the old tablets. Well, obviously this removes that. There's an expense for buying a monitor like this, but I got to tell you, the first job I did paid for my monitor. Now, if you can pay for something in one job, which is less than a week long, it's worth the investment. What I've also found is that the artists who work for me, that I've gotten them onto systems like this, within an hour, they're converted. So all you have to do is just try it, and you'll get it, because it's so fast and it's so easy. I did. Sebastian actually came out and took me through it real quickly, but and I got it instantly. But the videos on your website, I now have my guys just watch those, and 10 or 15 minutes of watching those things, and they're up and running, and they're going. So they walk into the studio the first day, and they were able to work. I've heard and I've read some of the articles where people are talking about the new previs where they're using 3D and it's replacing storyboarding. But what people are missing, those who don't work in the industry are the only ones who would ever say something like that. What's happening is, yes, there is a lot of 3D previs that is happening where they build everything to the nth degree and they show all the camera and exactly how everything works. But what they don't realize, those who don't work in the industry, is all that was developed and figured out in hand-drawn storyboards first. And it always is. No matter how much you see on these behind-the-scenes DVDs where they show the great 3D previs, it all started this way. Every 3D animation, everything Pixar does, starts this way. And there's a reason. It's faster, it's quick. If you're going to do things in previs, everything's got to be built and modeled and textured and all these kind of things, regardless of how simple it's going to be. This is still the blueprint that they're going to be working with. So you need to know how to do this completely, no matter how you're going. In fact, there's an article or an interview in my storyboard book in the back, and I actually talked to the head of one of the biggest previs companies in Los Angeles, and I asked him about about the previous use of storyboarding. He goes, oh, every project we do, the production comes in with their storyboards, and that's what we work from. Well, thank you for developing this, because I'm making good use of it.